Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Greyhawk 30Z Class C motorhome. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite, a few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, you've got a big awning I want you to leave room for. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is about the middle of the unit. It's going to be up underneath the slide. And then your water connection, docking station, is going to be back here. Connections there and your docking station there. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you get a good parking spot, first thing we're going to do is run down your auto leveling system. For our auto leveling, we need our key at our on position. Go back here on the wall. Turn it on here. And we're simply going to touch auto level. Auto level, grounding jacks, remain still. So I usually sit still in here or get out of the unit and let it do its thing. So what it's going to do, it's going to drop down the front and rear stabilizing jacks and get this unit level and stable. So you're coming down here. For that slant, so it's probably going to lift quite a bit of the front up. So again, it's going to take a couple minutes to do this. Once your unit's level and stable, you can hook up your power and water. Big long 30 amp cord. You can actually run that through there to run your cord out. At the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Got your power hooked up. Auto leveling is still doing this thing. We can go ahead and hook up our water. Now campsites, we're going to hook up through city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use these because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up to the city water connection. Don't turn your water on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Over here on campsite, your hot water. And we're just making sure your drain plug's in there. Get that in there nice and snug. Now we're going to go back. Last thing we need to do is get in here and set our levels. Alright, our lever for city fixtures is 2 and 6. Point this first one straight up, the other one over at 6. These now say 2 and 6. Now we can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, you can decide to open up the slide if you need to, but I need you to get in there and open up your water lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping with this and not go to a campsite. We're going to start with city tank fill. So you put these at 1 and 6. Then in the same spot you're going to put your water. Treat your hot water heater the same way, make sure that's plugged. Now you're putting your water in there. And what you're going to do now is on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling that up. Once that's full, remove that hose, put your cap back on here, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. And then turn this to normal. 3, I'll go to the other side, and 5. So now these are on 3 and 5 at normal. That's when you go ahead and turn on your water pump indoors to get your fresh water. The other two settings are country fill. That's just when you want to take and just pour water in there to get soapy water in, and then here's where you winterize your lines. Alright, we're all set up for power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Continue with this big pass-through storage back here. Here's your freshwater hose, sewage hose, antifreeze hose, water filter and water pressure regulator. Coming down this side, we've got an outdoor shower. Again, our city and freshwater fill, so you have to have those in proper spots. Tank flush. When we leave the campsite, we'll talk about that. That'll flush out your black tank. Our fueling, and there's our black and gray tanks. We've got storage here, a low point drain, again your power, another storage, and your generator. Let's start that up from indoors. We will come back out and talk about your fluids in your motor. Now I'm going to continue talking about the camping part of the unit. We'll bring your awning out. That is a vent for your hood range. This is access to the back of your fridge for the techs. Again, our hot water heater. Flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. They're outdoor speakers. All of these are storage. This was where your propane is. So you fill that up at. Another storage. Storage with your low point drains in here. And our last storage out here. Round back. That's access to the storage and your slide. It covers everything out here. Let's take a look at the inside. Now that's with your power step on. When you open your screen door, that'll come out. Be patient, wait for it. Underneath here is your house batteries. These charge when you have your unit plugged in, and these supply all of your camping area back here with power. Here's where you turn that on at. Your awning, really windy today. I just want to mention when you run it out that you only run it out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see the bar. Otherwise, if you run it out further past that point, it'll flip up onto itself and start running itself up backwards. Just keep an eye on that when you run it out. There's our awning light. Power step on, speaker inside or outdoors. We got lighting from inside here. Mention on these doors, we're going to slam this closed. Alright, down here you got your solar controller panel. Whole purpose of that is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. Over here you've got your auto leveling system again. Down here we've got our 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. And then up here on the wall to the left is my control panel. We'll turn on some more lights up here. Might help me see behind me better. There we go. Alright, so up top I'm going to go ahead and start this generator. Press down on stop. That's going to prime it when that light lights up. Hit start. And just that quickly it starts. We'll show you that running real quick. Be patient on these steps when you come out of your unit. Come out too quick, they'll trip you. Alright, so up in here is your owner. Running nice and smooth. You can also go inside here. I'll lift this off here. There's where your oil goes in for that. You can also start it out here by starting, prime, the light lights up. Start it over here. I'm going to let that run a second, never start it right up, but then shut it right off too quickly. Not sure why, but that's what I've been told. So I'm going to put your generator top back up on there with two hands. I'm going to head back indoors. I do want to tell you on your awning real quick. I'm going to run this out. Make sure that your door is at least closed to 90 degrees here, otherwise your awning is going to hit it. on the way in or out. Like I said, I just wanted to show you, just run that out until that flap falls down. Stop right there, don't go any further. We don't want to damage that awning. I've seen awnings come in on used units, ran in the opposite way, and the customer didn't even realize they were doing it. So make sure you use in for in and out for out. Finish running that back in here. Close your door and come back up here to the control panel and hit this first slide and get that out. Just hit and extend on that. EXT on the board. Now your other one, make sure you're clear toward the back. You got enough room to extend your rear one out, which is your bedroom. While that's running out, I'll show you over here is where you check your battery, your fresh, black, and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on tank heaters. What those are is those are 12-volt pads that are on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. Here's where you turn on your water pump to get that fresh water. Your water heater. Over here for gas, over here for electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Alright, heading into the unit, we got a little pop-up power port here. USBs and 110s. We got lighting. Self-explanatory microwave. Down here you got a high and low vent. Surface light. It's glass top. Flip that back. Makes an excellent backsplash. Just turn that up here. Turn the light. Hit your spark. And once you bled your lines and our gas is on, which I probably don't have on, that's how these will light. Same thing on your oven. Turn that to light. Hit your spark here. If you open this up, even in the dark, you can usually see the reflection of the pilot light lit. Or turn that panel light down, that'll light that up and you can see it down there. Once it's lit, turn it to the desired temperature you want. Coming to our fridge, Norco fridge. Turn that on here. Our modes: auto is an A, and we're plugged in, so it's running off electricity. As soon as I went outside to unplug that, that A would stay on, and over here a gas light would come on. Or we can switch the mode to just electric or just gas. Over here, 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest on the fridge. Brings us to the entertainment center. Set the remotes are where they need to be, and yes sir they are. Turn this on. All I want to mention in this is when you get to the campsite, go into your home, run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up all the local stations. Your other remote is for your sound system, which must be up top. Oh, of course it's in the dash. Excuse me. We look down here. All set up for gaming system if you need it. Fireplace, not just for looks. I can make it brighter or dimmer. But the biggest thing now, folks, is the heat. Crank this heat up on here. It's on a low 4 right now, and I already feel the heat kicking out. If you're at a campsite plugged in, instead of using up your gas, turn this heater on here, and this will get it toasty in here in no time. All electric. I'm going to continue here in the living room. Our recliners. Remotes. This actually will wiggle down off the wall. Sit down on here. Put your flat cushions on top and you can sleep there. Or another area up here. These are fat cushions for when you want to spin your seats here around. That'll set you up higher. And then this cushion is to go in the middle here for your sleeping. Nice safety strap here. Smoke alarm. These come out just by unbuckling. Your front shade. is here. Open that up, and then over here is going to be my lighting for up here. Alright, now we head down the hallway. You got a door here, privacy back here. This needs to be snapped open, snapped closed and tucked in for travel. Using this bungee here. Hold that in. Coming down the hallway here, we'll turn on some lights. You can utilize this slide control just for this bedroom. Bedroom lights. Another door. Inverter. If you just need a burst of energy, if you're out dry camping somewhere, here's your inverter control. This just shows you your power control system. Shows right now we're plugged into 30 amp, 20 amp service. Coming into our bathroom. Make sure these doors are secured for travel, and that your hand crank open. Oops. Turn it back here. That fan's here. That your exhaust is closed before taking off down the road. A few things in the bedroom. You do have your own thermostat back here. Turn on this AC unit. Shut that off. Another TV back here. We're an Insignia one. This remote will be in your drawer back here. Same thing, run your digital channel scan. Pick up your local channels. Emergency exit window. Power station. We've got some lighting up here. Touch it once for a blue light. Hold it in for a nice reader. Down here is going to be your breaker box and fuses. There's your breakers. Over here's your fuses. Quite a variety in there, so have a handful of those with you when you go camping. And let's go ahead and utilize our living room AC first. Hear that? With a quick dump here on the ends. Turn that fan on high. Shut that AC off, shuts off quick. Now I'm going to turn on my heat. Crank that up. You hear that turn on. There's your return for that. As I shut that off, you will notice that it takes a few minutes for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Well, I am going to go ahead and close the unit up like we're leaving. So what I like to do is start by shutting off any interior lights that I know. Hit that main power here, and that will show me any accent lights that I may need to shut off. Everything's off back here. Always check your bathroom. Lights are off, vent is closed. Return. Turn your power back on. And say doors and drawers. Just walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede any of your slides from coming in. In this drawer is a bunch of manuals for you to go through. Alright, we're going to come back up here. Actually, we're going to go to the back and utilize this slide control back here. Show you that one working. Slide in. Again, make sure nothing's in the way down here. Once that's in, show up my hallway light. Come back to the front. Retract slide number 1. I do want to note, these slides and the awning will not go out if you still have your key in. Will not go in or out. So make sure you take that key back out after running down your auto leveling. All right, everything's closed up. I'm going to hit my interior power. All them lights are off. Now we're gonna have to bring up our auto leveling system, whether we're dry camping or at a campsite. Let's go ahead and get our key back in here. Turn that back on. Going back to our auto leveling. Turn that back on. And we are just going to hit hold in retract. It's going to auto retract all jacks. It's the unit being patient for these steps. Now we're bringing them up. We would dump our low point drains. Over to our campsite. Dump this low point drain. Or off campsite, excuse me. Auto leveling ran itself up rather quickly. If we are dry camping, we're going to head on home to the nearest dump station. Or if we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, head on up to the dump station, and park accordingly. Now your dump's going to be just behind your tire on your off campsite, by a couple feet. Got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your black holding tank. Alright, when that black tank sounds like it's no longer draining, go ahead, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook it up to this tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Turn that hose on and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Go inside, check, make sure all that water you put in there has drained out. Then close your black tank and pull your gray tank. Now usually when my grays are draining, if I haven't already dumped my low point drains, I dump them. And if we're done camping for a while, you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater. Get out here, lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, some hot water will come out of there. When it's done, put that back down, and then you can pull that drain plug for your residual hot water. When your grays are done draining, your sewage hose is cleaned out some. We're going to close that gray handle, grab your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Greyhawk for many years to come. Happy camping.